Okay, sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin, Kevin Durant, is just as dedicated to his craft as you are at yours, but it's off the court where he says he's been on a search, pushing my limits, the flow of life, the people I meet, the environment I want to live in. All that stuff fulfills me more than anything. And Kevin, the game of basketball opens so many doors for him to search.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving and Dinwiddie share backcourt duties. Durant and Prince make up the forwards. And it's Allen in at the 5. And for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point. Brooklyn with the ball. Outside Irving. Passes it to KD. This one for 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Stolen by Allen. Prince in the corner. Takes a 3. And it's Durant missing. Al Paul. Right wing. Back to Crowder. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. That one good for 2.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Paul outside. Takes it inside. Count it.
Love the burst to the hoop that Chris Paul has. If you're not on your toes, he will give you the blow-by and make you look bad.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, and this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message.
Well said, because it really could shift momentum here. I mean, the energy you see from the guys on the bench, when they get pumped up like that, I think everybody gets pumped up.
Irving for 3. No good that time. So Phoenix will take it the other way. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Back to Bridges. There's the pass to Ayton. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Taurean Prince.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of Ayton, a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends.
And the first one drops. Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
Good on both. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. Pass to KD. And there's the drive. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Now here's Crowder. Makes it off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Brooklyn's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. From downtown, Prince misses. The Suns leading. Passes it to Ayton. Back to Booker, to the wing right side. Paul kicks to Booker, pass to Bridges. It's up a 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Outside Irving. Lets it go with a 3. And the Nets miss again. Phoenix has gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Back to Bridges. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Paul, just 4 to shoot. Allen with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Irving from long range. No good on that one. The Suns go the other way with it. Paul surveying the floor. The 15-footer, Crowder from outside. And that one is off. Brooklyn trailing. Now here's Dinwiddie. The pass to Irving. And the rejection by Ayton.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
And Booker kicks to Crowder. Pass to Bridges. Booker outside. From the arc. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Irving. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. They need this one. Good D by Booker.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jared Allen.
And at 7'1" and 250 pounds, Ayton is a handful. Not easy trying to guard him without fouling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Ayton. LeVert's checked in for Taurean Prince. Ayton hits them both. Irving with it. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Suns on defense. They lead by 4. Passes it to KD. Allen, a screen on Crowder. Trying to get something going. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Bridges. The pass to Booker. Paul for 3. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Paul's got 5 points so far.
I think the three-point shot is one of Paul's deadliest weapons. You got to chase him off the line.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Off target with his 3. Suns leading by 7. To the middle. Here's Ayton. That one's not going to go. Excellent D there from Allen. Pass to Irving from deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
Back to Booker. He kicks to Crowder. The 3 is shot by Paul. No good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Poked away. KD passes to Dinwiddie. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That's foul number 2 for him. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Some changes for Phoenix. Smith checked in for Crowder. Johnson comes in for Bridges. And it's Carter in for Paul. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan comes in for Jared Allen. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Suns. 4-point game. Passes it to Johnson. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Drops in the short one.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
Now, here is Irving. Three-pointer, LeVert. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Here is Carter. Out to the wing. Pass to Booker. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's his first foul. And here's Carter. Inside. And there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist from Carter. Ayton's got 6.
And a strong showing of physical strength there from Ayton. Defenders have their hands full when he's around the rim.
LeVert with it, and it's Carter picking him up. On the wing, Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Carter, the pass to Ayton. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, you know he's around, and that's what he does. DeAndre Jordan throwing that shot out of there.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Johnson. Six to shoot. Driving inside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And there's the pass to KD. And then Durant with the jam.
Boy, using this momentum to his advantage when Durant takes off towards the rim, watch out below.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Smith sets the pick for Carter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Suns?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
That's good from Carter. And Phoenix making a change here. Charge is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Nets trail by 6.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Jordan with a screen on Johnson. And it's Harris off the drive. Now LeVert. 6 on the shot clock.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Exactly. Nothing easy. They're making them work just to get into their offense. Very disruptive so far.
Here's Ayton. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Three-pointer, LeVert. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists here tonight.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Now here's Booker driving in, and it's blocked by Jordan. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Carter against Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. From the top of the key, he buries it. Booker's got his second basket of the night.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
KD dishes to Irving. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Man, the confidence Irving has is something I really appreciate. I mean, He's ready to shoot it as soon as he gets it and not afraid of any kind of shot.
It's all tied in Phoenix. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And if you're wondering whether players watch the standings, check out this clip from Chris Paul.
One thing we have to do is stop comparing ourselves to last year. Early in the year, we was doing that every couple games. We was like, man, our record was here, this was that, and teams change. Your games have to change.
You know, Greg, he makes a great point. Even when you have mostly the same guys, every season is different.
And if you're a coach, it'll give you gray hairs trying to preach that to your players. Many guys don't believe it until they're in it and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
So for Brooklyn now, inside we got Prince and Jordan. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Now here's Jordan. Some solid defense from Saric. Pass to Carter. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And Saric kicks to Crowder. Beyond the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's LeVert on the wing. Knocked away. Bridges with the steal. Paul outside. Lets it go from deep. Jordan with the rebound.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Here's Dinwiddie. From outside, off the mark. Suns trail by 3. For 3, Bridges. Dinwiddie with the rebound. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Paul outside. Gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Brooklyn leading by 5. Prince outside. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Prince has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Phoenix has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Saric passes to Crowder. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The shot's good from Paul.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here's Shamet. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Knocks down the 3 ball. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Smith checked in for Phoenix. And the Nets making a change here as well. Allen's checked in. And stolen by Prince. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Suns trail by 8. Paul finds Smith. Now Crowder. Passes it to Smith. And he banks in the layup. Smith's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Allen. Here now is Dinwiddie. From past the arc. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the pass to Bridges. And it's Smith, top of the key. Carter outside. Pass to Paul. 3-pointer. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Now, here's Shamet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. A nice shot by Jordan. And the Nets lead by 8.
Well, the paint is Jordan's home turf now. He moves and shoots with real confidence inside.
Crowder feeling it out a bit. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
What you love about Crowder, he gives you a little bit of everything at both ends.
I mean, defensively, he'll take on anybody. He's smart, draws a lot of charges. Offensively, he can stretch the floor, and he'll make the extra pass. He's also an opportunistic rebounder.
Now, here's Bridges. Carter on the wing. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Shot clock at 5. Bridges against Jordan.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
And here is Shamet after Mikal Bridges hitting the 3. Dinwiddie against Crowder. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got 5 rebounds tonight, and Carter has it in the corner. Over Prince. Smith trying to break loose. And his 3rd shot of the night. No good. 0 for 3. It's Prince on the wing. Outside Jordan. Bridges with the steal. And it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Shamet. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the 3 ball is good.
Coming into the league, scouts predicted Prince would be a solid 3-and-D specialist, and they were spot on.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that part.
So for the Suns, Ayton, he's checked in for Crowder. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Devin Booker in for Carter. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Prince. Harris comes in for Landry Shamet. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Johnson finds Smith. Paul with the three. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Paul against Irving. Outside Durant. Here's the three. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Irving. And taken away by Paul. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Nice aggressive move by Paul. You know, for a little guy, he knows exactly how to finish inside. Very good at making it happen against bigger players.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 6. Durant down low. Covered by Smith. No good from Durant.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Paul outside. The feed to Ayton. Over Irving. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Now, just a 2-point Nets lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Harris outside. Back to Irving. Jordan at the elbow. Puts it up from 12. That shot, no good. Paul with the defensive effort. Fires from 14. Again, Phoenix.
And, you know, with a guy like Paul, sometimes there's nothing you can do. I mean, really. Get a hand up, doesn't matter. He still knocks it down.
Irving with it. He has 6. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That is his first foul of the game. Allen against Smith. Rejected by Smith. Smith on the wing. To Paul. And here's Booker from the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. Durant deciding where to go with it. To end the drought. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Booker outside. Back to Paul. Good ball movement here by the Suns. It's stolen by Harris. And here's Irving. Pass to Durant. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Ayton. Paul against Irving. Now the pass to Booker. And the Suns miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
The Suns trailing. Pass to Booker. Ayton inside. He's against Allen. And it's Ayton missing.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over him.
Durant with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And stolen by Ayton. Irving against Paul. Dishes it to Johnson. Booker outside. Shoots. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Booker's got it all tied up now for Phoenix. Brooklyn's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. KD finds Jordan. KD against Johnson. Outside Durant. 5 on the clock. Over Johnson. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for the Phoenix Suns. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, cool finish. What happened out there?
Well, we came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited, officials excited, you know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Their biggest advantage of the period was 7 points. They're in good position at the half after a second quarter that was dead even in scoring. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns' first half.
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And, Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
A lot of their offense has come off the bench tonight, Ernie, and that's something every coach loves to get. The score would be a lot different if they hadn't gotten those points from the reserves.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Boy, his flair for the spectacular has you holding your breath every time Kyrie has the ball.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Ayton, no good, shot missing. Excellent D there from Allen.
Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
Now Booker, after the missed three from KD. Here's Ayton. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Ayton's got 10. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. They lead by 1. Dinwiddie with it, now guarded by Booker. Looking to end his cold spell. Goes back up. Here's KD. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. On the wing, Booker. Ayton sets the pick for Booker. He feeds it to Ayton. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Ayton's got 4 points in the quarter.
And this is where Ayton does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone.
Durant, the pass to Dinwiddie. Nets passing it around. Back to KD. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Ayton. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Paul dishes to Ayton. Tipped away and stolen by Irving. Down low, here's Dinwiddie. And too long on the shot. The Suns leading. Booker outside. A beautiful reverse layup. Booker's got 8 points.
Not just an outside shooter. Booker is also skilled at getting it done from that area as well.
Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Here's Ayton. Back to Crowder. Booker looking around. Just 5 on the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. That shot wide open. Now it's a 6-point Suns lead.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Caris LeVert's checked in for the Nets. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on, and you're right. I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers, and, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Dinwiddie finds Allen.
Boy, nice mobility from the 5. Allen is very active offensively.
The Suns have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Irving against Paul. To the middle. Here's Ayton. Excellent D there from Allen.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 12. Allen, a screen on Crowder. Durant kicks to LeVert. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. KD's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, these are exactly the shots, guys, the coaching staff wants LeVert to take because they know it gets him going.
Bridges against LeVert. Booker the pass to Ayton. It's good. Ayton's got the game tied up here for Phoenix. Brooklyn's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Irving double team. Here's Dinwiddie. A three-pointer off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's Paul. 14 points for him.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
So for the Suns, Saric comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Carter in for Chris Paul. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Nets. Durant kicks to Irving. To the paint. Here's Shamet. It's hauled in by the Suns. Crowder's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Carter outside. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ayton. Excellent D there from Allen. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. It's LeVert on the wing. Defended by Booker. A nice shot by Irving.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Johnson, he's checked in for Carter. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think they've got to change things up because he's locked in from behind the arc.
Now here's Johnson. Ayton kicks to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Ayton inside. Defended by Allen, and it's Ayton missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish. And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
To the inside, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Phoenix making a change here. Paul's checked in. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. He hits both from the stripe.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Knocked loose. Passes to LeVert. Over Booker. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Suns trail by 7. Saric passes to Paul. Kicks to Johnson. Pass to Saric. Back to Johnson. Booker up top. Guarded by KD. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. On defense, the Nets. 7-point differential.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Now LeVert. He's got 11. Irving finds Shamet. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. Here's Paul. He's got 14. Ayton in the high post. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
An absolute beast inside. Love how Ayton uses his size to draw these fouls.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
That free throw, no good. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now Saric following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Saric is highly engaged and very good at keeping the defense on their toes and making them commit the foul.
For Phoenix, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
That free throw missing.
And all those missed opportunities at the line are starting to add up on them in this half. If they go on to lose this game, that'll be the first thing they point to.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, the toughness Saric possesses is really pretty impressive. A guy who lost 6 teeth in a game one time and kept on playing. Wow.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 15. Jordan with the screen on Saric. Here's Durant. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's foul number 2 for him. Prince is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Paul against Irving. Paul passes to Ayton. 5 to shoot. Here's Saric. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Saric plays with such intensity and focus. I mean, even with the defense right there, he stays locked in on the hoop.
Irving kicks to KD. Here's the screen, and there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Smith checked in for the Suns. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Paul outside. The pass to Booker. Back to Paul. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 5 assists in the game.
An incredibly hard guy to guard. Paul has such confidence in his handles. That ball's on a string with him.
Irving passes to Harris. Durant down low. Charges there. Tries again. And stolen by Booker. Johnson outside for the lead. The rebound by Prince. Brooklyn's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Paul against Irving. Can they get it? No good from Durant.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
On the wing, Booker. Smith against KD. No good from Booker. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. KD against Saric. Now here's Durant. 6 to shoot. From downtown. That doesn't go either for KD. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. And with his work in that quarter, he has 5 3-pointers in the game now. Quite a showing from long range. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Jared Allen is out there with Prince. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Booker with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. A nice shot by Booker.
Against Booker, a little contact usually doesn't go a long way. Strong body control there.
Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. Back to Dinwiddie. Nailed from three-point land. And the Nets lead by 2.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Harris looking it over. Pass to Prince. Three-pointer. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got his 6th rebound on the night.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And the foul called on Jared Allen. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Ayton, he's checked in for Smith. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Poked loose. Dinwiddie with the steal. Allen passes to Shamet. Now Dinwiddie. Count it. And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Passes it to Bridges. Poked away. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ayton a screen on Dinwiddie. Out to the right wing. Bridges for 3.
When Harris gives you this type of energy on defense, that's a huge bonus.
Bridges misses. Here's Dinwiddie. Driving to the basket. Jay Crowder with the rebound. Crowder's got 7 rebounds in the game. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Bridges with it. He dishes it to Paul. Over Harris. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Chris Paul.
Just dial up automatic when you talk about Chris Paul's mid-range J. All he needs is just enough room.
Now here's Allen. Harris outside. And here is Shamet. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
The Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Booker dishes to Paul to take the lead. And no good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Going inside. Yep, that one goes in there. Dinwiddie's got 20.
Has he risen to the challenge down the stretch, or what? 3 of 4 here in the fourth.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Bridges kicks to Crowder. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's foul number 2 for him. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. On defense, the Nets. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, the one thing you don't want to do is put Chris Paul on the line. He's virtually automatic there. He does not miss many from the stripe.
First one falls for him.
Both prolific and efficient. Ultra competitive as well. Paul is a double-double threat who shoots a very high percentage from the floor and line.
Both free throws good from Paul. Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now Shamet. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Kicks it out to Prince. Latre. Rebound by the Suns. Paul's got 4 rebounds in this game. The pass to Ayton. To tie it up. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's Ayton missing.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for him.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Dinwiddie against Booker. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Tipped away and stolen by Booker. Pass to Ayton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. No good on the second free throw.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
And without a doubt, Taurean Prince comes in looking for his shot. At times, however, he can have tunnel vision.
You know, Greg, it's funny you say that because I like to think of it more as selective seeing, and he wants to see the basket more than he sees his teammates. But that's not all bad for a guy like Prince. I mean, you know, some teams actually need a player who's aggressively looking to score at all times. And I think ultimately, though, it'll limit his usage if he can't become a better distributor of the ball as well.
There's Dinwiddie following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. Bridges with the steal. It's Crowder on the wing. Passes it to Paul. On the wing, Booker lets it go. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And it's a 5-point Suns lead. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, DeAndre Ayton.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Now, here is Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dinwiddie's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nets. Paul passes to Ayton. Booker outside. Back to Ayton. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Ayton a screen on Dinwiddie. The drive by Booker and the dunk by Booker.
And the intelligence. Love watching Booker operate in these situations. His decision-making has really improved over the years.
And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Kevin Durant.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, I put that one on the defense. I mean, they can't leave him open at this stage.
Now here's Crowder. Back to Ayton. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Taurean Prince. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Suns.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
No good on the free throw.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And he continues to struggle at the line. He has not had the feel for his rhythm there tonight.
Back to Irving to take the lead. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Paul outside for 3. Booker, good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
And when you're open, Paul will find you in a nanosecond. I mean, that's one thing that makes him really special.
Irving a screen on Bridges. Durant. It's hauled in by the Suns. And here's Phoenix. They're on a 16-7 run. Paul kicks to Crowder. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And it's Irving missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Ayton throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Irving. Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to KD. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Inside. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Durant.
Tell you what, that defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
Outside Crowder. Booker outside. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And really, Booker is as lethal as they come from deep. Can't allow him to get into a groove.
Nets trail by 11. Now here's Irving. From 7, and it's Durant, that time on the assist by Irving. And that's 15 points for KD.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Booker against Dinwiddie. Booker inside, and it goes down 2 points. Booker's got the lead up to 11 now for the Suns.
This is a guy who once scored 70 points in a game. Booker doesn't take much for him to start percolating. And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Nets trail by 11. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Here's Durant. Bank shot, no good. Phoenix has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Phoenix.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Devin Booker.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Now, Booker, after Taurean Prince's three-pointer that didn't go. Paul with the three. Good on the three-point shot.
And it's just competing and, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here now is Dinwiddie. Following the three from Chris Paul. Durant wide open, he fires. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Right back at you, Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with a three of his own.
Here's Bridges. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
You